What's going on, car family? I'm Ben Wayne.
I'm Isha Wayne.
And today we're taking a quick look at the 2022 Hyundai Santa Cruz. Isha, I'm not going to lie, this is a vehicle that I've been wanting to take a look at for quite some time.
Yes, indeed.
It's definitely an interesting vehicle. So let's just start.
Second that.
Yeah, let's start off by talking about exactly what it is. So this is a pickup truck, right? A very small pickup truck. And I'm going to...
A very odd pickup truck.
A very odd pickup truck. And I'm going to start this video off by saying the people who are in the market for this and the people who Hyundai are going after are not looking to, buy a Ford F-150 or a Dodge Ram 1500.
Like a rock,
none of that stuff. They're not cross-shopping any of that stuff
right.
when it comes to this, right? This is a very small, sporty pickup truck, right? And it definitely has some pros. It does have some cons, but it's definitely an interesting looking vehicle. So one thing that people might compare this vehicle to would be the Ford Maverick, right? The Maverick is a small economic pickup truck. The price point starts at about $20,000. The price point for the Santa Cruz starts at $24,000. So I think it's $4,000 more depending on what model that you're looking at. So this is the limited all-wheel drive model. That starts at about $39,000, but with options as shown, this one is $41,000. So let's talk about the exterior styling first and then work our way to the interior. So the exterior styling is quite striking on this. To me, it looks a little bit like a shark. It looks like nothing else on the street right now. We've gotten quite a few comments everywhere we go.
Yeah.
People are interested in it.
It's very, very interesting.
It is.
You've never seen anything like this. I mean, except for, you remember back in the day, Kevin Costner in The Bodyguard, that little, just hear me out. Remember that little car is like half front and the back was like a flatbed?
I don't remember that.
You don't remember that car? That's what this is kind of like, except for in truck version. We called it the Frank Farmer car because that was his name okay. Somebody knows what I'm talking about.
Off topic. Back on topic. So if you look at the front of this vehicle, it has similar styling to the SUV variants of it, which is the Hyundai Tucson, a very nice looking mid-size SUV. Mm-hmm. So you have the LED lights on the grille, and then your headlamps are almost located on the lower front bumper, which is a really unique design, but it works for this. So it's strong, curvaceous, but sharp lines at the same time, which is why I think it looks a little bit like a shark. So from the front, that's the only thing this vehicle has in common styling-wise with the Hyundai Tucson, in my opinion. So underneath the hood, you're getting a 2.5-liter turbo 4-cylinder power plant, giving you around 280 horsepower and 311 pound-feet of torque, connected to an 8-speed wet dual clutch transmission. So there's quite enough power for this vehicle. Now there is a lower end model that gives you about 190 horsepower if you're interested in that, and that is front wheel drive. This is the all-wheel drive model. Looking at the side profile, one characteristic of this car that's caught a lot of interest, Isha, are the design of the wheels. When I get comments on this vehicle, people are always like, those are some really good looking wheels. Mm-hmm. And they are. They really fit well with the overall styling of the vehicle. Mm-hmm. Of course, you have 2 doors on either side and then that truck bed in the back, which makes people do a double take.
Right.
I mean, we were at the grocery store and that guy stopped what he was doing and turned around.
You don't expect it at all.
Right. You don't expect to get that much attention in this vehicle, but everywhere I've gone,
it's kind of grown on me, to be honest with you, because it's kind of like a SUV, plus you have the truck, but it's like the cabin part, in the back is exposed,
right? But
it's enough. It's like if you're doing just small, pickup, it's enough space. I mean, you could tow a tree back there, small tree. You
could put a tree back there
with some sod or some, you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Lawn stuff, particularly for my mom,
All right, so the styling on the side profile is really sharp and unique. And, some people will say this is ugly. Who would drive that? Then let me tell you something. I looked it up, and on average, they're having trouble keeping these on the lot because people are buying them so fast. Like, The Santa Cruz, it will barely stay on the lot for a day before somebody buys it. Can you believe that? So
It's popular. Like, seriously, everywhere we've gone, people are like, "Whoa, what is that?"
right,
Or "That's cool."
right.
Because and I kind of think, to be honest with you, I feel like it's probably women buying them.
Maybe.
I feel like it is because it's smaller, it's more compact, it's not as huge like the other trucks,
Right.
not as aggressive, it's more friendly and it
Modern
drives
looking.
even friendly.
Right.
You know?
Right. So, like I said, the Ford Maverick, which would be a competitor to this, has a completely different look. It's more of a traditional truck look. This looks really modern and sharp and really youthful. And I would imagine, like, if you lived in a beach town or something like that, you know, throw some surfboards in the back or on the roof, and it would fit right in.
Right.
I mean, the car's named Santa Cruz after all,
Right.
right? So that tells you what market Hyundai is going after. And clearly, since they're selling a lot of these, there definitely is a market for that.
Right.
Focusing on the back, of course, you have that truck bed. It's only 4 feet in length, which is relatively small. I think the Mavericks has a couple more inches on that, but you know, it gets the job done. It does have an integrated tonneau cover, which is part of the activity package that this is optioned out with. So it's lockable, slides over the truck bed, so you can keep items locked away and dry. The truck bed itself has a capacity of 1,750 pounds, so you could haul a lot of stuff in the back as well. So it is usable, and there's even a storage portion underneath the truck bed for additional storage where you could hide stuff there as well. Now this has a towing capacity of up to 5,000 pounds, which is interesting in case you want to tow like a jet ski or something like that.
Nice. I'm kind of shocked because you guys, it's not that big.
It's not that big.
It's not.
I mean, this is the size of like a mid-size sedan, right?
Right. Like, it's kind of compact.
Right. So, you know, it's good for doing little odds and ends, you know, jobs like that, like gardening or, you know, trips to the beach, stuff like that. I think this is where this vehicle would really shine. Now that takes us to the interior, Isha. So what do you think about the interior design?
I think the interior, I think it's okay.
Yeah.
It's not like, ooh, oh, wow, but it fits this car.
Right.
I guess, I mean, you wouldn't expect it to be luxury inside.
Right.
You know?
Right.
It's comfortable. You know, I mean, it's fine.
Not bad.
Yeah, it's not bad.
It is modern. It is loaded with tech. You have a 10.25-inch display system here for your instrument cluster.
Is that too small for you?
I like it.
Okay.
I don't think it doesn't need to be any bigger than that.
Gotcha.
Right? It also has the touchscreen display system for your infotainment here as well. So you can connect your phone and use the Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. It doesn't have wireless Apple CarPlay or Android Auto. You have to connect your phone. But everything that you would need is there. You know, your navigation, of course, the radio, all the climate controls and stuff like that. It's all here. Now, I will say, you know, they got rid of most of the physical buttons here. All these are touch capacitive buttons. Personally, I would at least like to see a volume knob here, something that I could physically feel. Because when it's all touch capacitive, you have to look at what you're pressing, right?
That's true.
You have your air conditioning system here, 2 USB ports, wireless charging. I see you're taking advantage of that now.
I sure am.
You have a nice T-shifter here. I think that's appropriate since this is a truck, you know, and the SUV variant, the Tucson, you know, it's buttons. You simply press buttons for park, reverse, neutral, and drive. You know, electronic gear selector there. The T-shifter works in here. Now, Isha, one thing I do like is that in this vehicle, when you hit a turning signal, like for example, I hit the right turning signal, it shows what's on my right side in the blind spot and still displays the rev information there, right?
Yeah,
that's really neat. So these are some of the options that when you take advantage of them, you're like, every car should have this. So if I turn on my left turning signal, it still shows how fast I'm going, but also shows the image of my blind spot there. So I love the safety features that this vehicle has. Of course, you do have controls in the center console here for your ventilated and heated seats,
which I'm taking advantage of.
This also has a heated steering wheel, so you are getting some nice luxury features for the price point, right? Steering wheel feels good in my hands. It's wrapped in leather. Of course, you can shift manually if you choose to do so. And again, you get that nice digital display behind the steering wheel as well. How do you feel about the comfortability of the seats?
I think they're good, actually. They're pretty comfortable.
Not bad.
Yeah, not bad. Even the back are comfortable, but it's a tight fit.
Yes. So I have some gripes about the back. They're claiming around 36 inches of legroom, I believe. That's questionable. I'll have to challenge that.
Yeah. Even for me, it was a bit tight.
Yeah.
My knees almost hit even where I'm sitting now. So I didn't change. This is comfortable where I'm at now. And I got in the back and my knees are...
It's challenging to sit back there.
It's quite tight.
Right. Now, I will say, if you're looking at this vehicle, you shouldn't be a person who's transporting, people with you all the time. If you're doing it maybe once a week or once every 2 weeks, this will work, right? For short trips, you can put adults in the back. But if you're carpooling on a daily basis,
no.
Take a look at an SUV. This is not going to cut it for that. Now, part of the reason why the back seats are so cramped is because, again, this is the size of like a midsize sedan, right? They had to put the truck bed in there. That's going to take up some space. So the sacrifice was the rear passenger legroom, right? So it really depends on how often that you can have all your friends packed in this vehicle. Now, also in the back, you'll notice there is a window that can be opened or closed manually. I do wish that was electronic, because the only way I can open and close it is by parking the vehicle and then going back there and opening it.
Yeah.
Or somebody sitting back there,
right?
Which would be rare because of the legroom,
right?
So, but that is nice to have open. You get nice airflow from the back window through the sunroof that they've incorporated in this vehicle as well. And, of course, you guys know I like sunroofs and glass roofs. That allows light to be in the cabin, which gives you a nice open feeling. And just adds to the overall fun factor of the vehicle.
Right.
I must admit, I was really excited to review this car.
Yeah,
and
you were.
I'm so glad that I was finally given a chance to do it. It's everything I thought it would be. It's a really fun vehicle. It's a head turner, for sure. And it comes packed with the safety features, like the blind spot monitoring, the lane follow feature, the backup camera, the surround view camera, tons of features that you would expect from Hyundai nowadays, right? They're loading these cars up with features, and they're backing it again with the 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain warranty, which is nice as well. The door panels are finished in an injection molded material here. You have gloss black accents, and then controls for all 4 windows and your side view mirrors, your lock and unlock buttons. A little bit of storage there on the bottom of the door as well. And then on the back, it's tons of plastic molding on the rear doors. Would have liked to see a little bit more design go into the internal components of the doors in the back. But overall, I truly think this is a great vehicle. It's a fun vehicle to drive. And believe it or not, I'm going to hate giving this one back.
Right.
It's the practicality and the fun factor. It's a conversation starter. Anytime somebody has seen this car, they're like, hey, what is that? Or that's a nice car, man. So I think Hyundai knocked it out of the park. They don't need me to say it. These cars are flying off the lot, right, regardless of what you guys think. People are buying the Santa Cruz. So that's happening. There's a market for smaller trucks like this and like the Ford Maverick. There are people who don't want to spend 70 to 80 grand on a truck that they're only going to use the rear bed maybe once a year for, right?
Right.
So maybe this gives you another option to consider that's more affordable, and definitely has a cool factor when it comes to the looks.
I agree.
All right, so those are my thoughts on the Santa Cruz. Just did a quick video because we've been having nonstop storms and heavy rain, but I had to get behind the wheel and let you guys know how I felt about the Santa Cruz. Isha, did you have any closing thoughts on it?
No, we're just going to keep cruising. We're good.
Yes, it's an interesting vehicle, and if you guys are looking for something that's practical and affordable and could be called a small compact truck, take a look at the Santa Cruz. You might be surprised and find yourself falling in love with it, like I did. So for now, that's all I have. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Please be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel, like and share the videos. I have other videos on several other different types of vehicles on the channel. Be sure to check those out. And until next time, I'm Ben Wayne, the automotive reviewer that YouTube deserves.